In this episode of Falmouth in Focus, we'll check in with the Falmouth Water Department to learn about the latest water restrictions in town, hear how the Chamber of Commerce is supporting local businesses through the pandemic, and get an update from the College Light Opera Company during their virtual season. All this and much more on this edition of Falmouth in Focus.
Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, FCTV's current affairs program. I'm your host, Michael Kasparian. The spread of the COVID-19 virus continues to disrupt many aspects of our lives in ways we couldn't imagine just 5 months ago. In his weekly briefings, Falmouth's health agent Scott McGann reminds us to follow social distancing and masking guidelines to help stop the spread. You can view his weekly coronavirus updates each Friday on FCTV Channel 13, our Facebook page, and fctv.org, which also includes links to local and state information on the phases of reopening, as well as safety information. With little rain and high heat this summer, and Falmouth residents staying home more than usual, the demand on Falmouth's water supply is 20% greater than this time last year. As a result, the town instituted water usage restrictions that will hopefully help to reduce the shortage. We asked Water Superintendent Steve Rafferty for the details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rafferty, the town of Falmouth's Water Superintendent. 2 weeks ago, for the first time since the 50s, we implemented a ban on outside watering by irrigation systems. That ban remains in effect and will remain in effect through the early part of the fall. So the order by the selectmen is a limited order, and it's a ban on automatic outside sprinklers. These are the in-ground sprinklers that come on automatically. We've not banned outside watering. You can use a hose, a sprinkler on the end of a hose. This is working to take the peak demand off, and the system's much more manageable and safe for all in terms of pressure. If we remain in a serious drought and extends, the next step would be to ban all outside watering. I don't see that happening, but that would be where we would have to go to if it continues to be without rain all the way through the fall. We've had great cooperation from homeowners, and we appreciate them being good citizens on that. I want to take 1 second and just give you a sense of why we did it. We really did it because we have a limited number of water supplies, and the automatic irrigation systems first thing in the morning took so much water out of the tanks. Even running all of our pumps full for the entire day, we were having a hard time filling tanks back up at night. It's been a long, hot, and dry summer. I'm standing on the edge of Long Pond. It's our largest water supply in the town. See the shoreline behind me? That pond right now is down about 6 feet. Normally at this time of year it's down about 4 feet, and we're keeping a close eye on our water usage. I think things will improve as we get into the fall and we get some rainfall, and hopefully we avoid having to do a complete outside watering ban. We will in the future likely have to have some sort of limited irrigation ban, whether that's specific days of the week or specific neighborhoods on specific days. And we'll work that out over the winter and have it in place by next spring to make sure that we're safe. But we really needed to put it in place because of the amount of water we're putting into the system and the fact that we have no additional resources to go to find more water at this time. Thank you for your cooperation. I thank you for being great citizens, and I hope to get this pond filled back up by next spring. Have a good night.
Stay tuned to the FCTV cable channels and fctv.org for future updates from the Water Department. Thanks to Jeff Wyman for that story. It's time now for 3 things from Town Hall, FCTV's condensed version of the takeaways from recent municipal meetings. Selections are chosen based on community impact.
In their last meeting, the Falmouth Select Board weighed the issue of creating mandatory mask zones in town. Arguments for this idea have come about because many citizens are seeing people walking around town with masks on, which have proven effective in preventing the spread of coronavirus. After debating the effectiveness of this mandatory zone, the board decided there was little in the way of enforcement for the zones, and then instead created mask advisory zones. Along with the zones, there will be obvious signage indicating the advisory use of masks in the hopes that visitors and citizens alike will adopt the idea and take preventing the virus spread seriously.
But somehow it just needs to be clear what our intent is with it, so that, I can explain it away.
Right. I mean, I think if we're going to do something like that, yes, you're not going to be able to, even if you had people to enforce it, by the time someone gets to wherever the call comes from, the person without the mask, unless they're in a stationary type of environment, is probably gone. So, enforcement isn't going to be, it's going to, be spotty, even if you have the people to do it. But I think we have to have, it wouldn't make any sense, in my opinion, to have a policy if we didn't plan for some type of enforcement, because otherwise that's a very silly, sort of a silly message to send out.
The Select Board also discussed and voted to cancel permits issued for many events happening in Falmouth in the fall and winter, including Striper Fest and the Holiday Stroll. This decision is developed due to the pandemic and Governor Baker orders. The board is open to modified plans for events, which will be reviewed by the town manager and select board as long as they are in accordance with any orders by the governor.
They're really individual. I mean, when we have the estimated participants, we have some that are 3,000 potential attendees, like Striper Fest, and then you have, 30 participants for pedal to parcels bike rides. So I think, we have a wide range of events. Do folks, what is this board's feeling? Go ahead, Doug Jones.
I actually think the action we took for the summer made a lot of sense, and I would do the same thing for at least September and October, saying they were canceling them all, but if they want to come back and explain to us how they're going to run it in a way that fits within the governor's guidelines and our town guidelines, we'll be open to reconsider.
Town Manager Julian Suso announced that Town Hall and other municipal buildings may be reopened in late September, but no earlier. The town's municipal buildings have been closed for several months to help combat the spread of the coronavirus. Services have been ongoing since the closures, with staff working on-site or remotely. The timing is to ensure that the summer population numbers may go down, and to wait and see if any other directives are issued from the governor's office.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I'd sent the board a note with my thoughts on potential timing for reopening of town hall, town buildings to the public, suggesting that again, it was a fairly significant couple paragraph email, but in the best interest of the health of town employees as well as the health of the public, that this not occur until a date later in the month of September. And I think that'll do a couple things. That will get us beyond the traditional and historic surge of population that we're in the midst of now, and settle those issues down a bit, and give us a chance to also to see what other kind of directives we receive from Governor Baker, and lastly, get us to the point where potentially the Falmouth schools are reopening as well.
To see the meetings in their entirety, check out Government Channel 15's program schedule at fctv.org. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll see how the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce is supporting local businesses during the pandemic. Stay with us.
Bianca is a pretty white domestic short-hair female. This 3-year-old sports a shiny white coat with a faint dusting of gray on the top of her head and near the tip of her tail. She also has beautiful pale hazel-colored eyes. She's a sweet, friendly cat who just loves attention and purrs up a storm. Bianca was found as a stray down south and was transferred to PFC in the hopes of finding her a forever home. She's spayed, up to date with her shots, and microchipped. Her records say that she loves people and other cats. If she looks like she's a match for you, why not contact People for Cats and set up an appointment to meet her?
Welcome back. In previous episodes of Falmouth in Focus, we've been featuring some of our local restaurants in an effort to share their stories of how they've been coping during the coronavirus pandemic. As president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, the board and staff work with me each day to develop, advance, and promote the business and community interests of Falmouth.
Hi, I'm Maura Aldrich, the Vice President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, and I just want to give everyone a little idea of what it's been like this summer. A very different summer, but we're here at the Chamber. We've been working remotely. We're now back in the Visitor Center, and although you can't come into the Visitor Center, we have information out front. We have Falmouth Maps, Cape Cod Travel Guide, our guidebook, which came out beautiful this year, has a bunch of information. And if you need anything in particular, you can just give us a call. We're happy to come out on the front porch and give you any information that you need. We are also here in the Visitor Center Monday through Friday, and we have volunteers that are really excited to be back. And when the phone rings, they're happy to talk with our members, visitors, guests. A lot of the questions have been, what's open, and we're open, and we're here, and that's our message. Main Street is delightful. We're so fortunate to have amazing public beaches, the Shining Sea Bike Path, the Knob, Woods Hole, all the villages of Falmouth. Everyone is doing a tremendous job to stay open. One of the valuable things we're doing, my coworker Susan Zavala is doing an extremely excellent job of, is really updating our website. And it's a one-stop shop. So we have everything on there, supporting our member businesses, where you can go get food, who's delivering, who has dining. All of that's up to date. Any changes are always noted. If you have an event going on, we have a virtual event page, so it has everything that's going on. And what's really nice is you don't have to go searching for what the beach rules are. It's on our homepage. You don't have to go searching for what the governor is saying or anyone from town hall. We're updating our calendar events, and we have all sorts of information out there. So if there's anything you want the residents or the visitors to know, just email us, and my coworker Susan Zavala and I will take care of that. It's been, unique circumstances, but once again, if you know Falmouth, this is where Falmouth delivers. And all of our merchants and our residents are doing such a fabulous job. And again, that's what Falmouth does, is we come together, and we're very, very fortunate. One thing I know to be a fact is that the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce is your community connection, and we've really, really tried hard over the past several years is to make that possible. We work extremely well with the Falmouth Police Department, Town Hall, the public schools. Falmouth has a charitable organization or a nonprofit for everything. The community really, really cares. So I think that we've been a great resource to work with our members and the community as a whole, in addition to, of course, welcoming our visitors from all over the country and the world. When that comes back, we'll be here, and we'll be here for them, and we'll be here for you always.
Stay tuned to FCTV and Falmouth in Focus in the months ahead for more stories about Falmouth's businesses and how they're adapting to the ever-changing restrictions due to COVID-19. Thanks to Andrew Richards for that story. If you're a regular viewer of Falmouth in Focus, you know that Ryan Collins of My Fishing Cape Cod provides us with monthly segments of tips on how we can explore and fish the Cape. But his mission is to also instill an appreciation of nature. Let's see what he has for us this month.
These are called the Province Lands. I'm down in Truro right now, and over my left-hand shoulder here, this is all Provincetown.
Thanks to Ryan Collins of My Fishing Cape Cod for that video. With the College Light Opera Company's live performance season at Highfield Theater put on hold this summer, the students have had shifted gears to the virtual world of theatrical experience, producing hours of fun, inventive programming to be enjoyed on their social media and right here on FCTV's Channel 13 every week. Here's a look at Digital Clock.
If you've been to Chappaquiddick Beach recently, you may have asked yourself, what's all the commotion at Clock's campus at the old West Falmouth Inn? Well, we're in the exciting process of building a brand new rehearsal and office facility, John Lucas Hall, named after dedicated longtime Clock's stage director and educator, John R. Lucas. This facility will include a new 3,000 square foot rehearsal hall with soaring cathedral ceilings, along with individual practice rooms. There'll be new offices for year-round staff, as well as our summer student staff members and visiting faculty. There'll also be more outdoor patio space for our students to enjoy in between rehearsals. This project also includes an upgrade of all of our septic systems here on campus to a new cutting-edge nitrogen-reducing system. This should vastly improve the quality of the water here in our part of the harbor. The team has put together a quick video of some of the steel work that was done last week. We've paired it with a recording from the Clock Orchestra, as well as the voice of John Lucas himself. Many folks may recognize that voice as the pre-show announcement at the Highfield Theater that John recorded before he passed away. We hope you enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? You may think this can be done quietly, but trust us, it can't.
You can catch weekly episodes of Digital Clock programming on Facebook, their website, collegelightoperacompany.com, and right here on FCTV Channel 13. We look forward to their final update in our next episode. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll check in with some of our school district's nurses who have some health and safety advice. Stay with us.
Falmouth Community Television is an essential public service. During this challenging time, we've been working hard to keep you informed.
By bringing you the latest information you've come to expect.
In our town and in the world around us.
So check out our website or our Facebook page.
Or Public Channel 13, Educational Channel 14, or our Government Channel 15.
For video updates from our local and state officials.
Local town meetings.
And special member and staff programming.
And we want to hear from you, too.
Send us your short video for our series, Sharing Your Stories.
Or participate in community conversation series online.
So stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong.
And stay engaged with FCTV.
Because FCTV cares.
FCTV cares.
Because FCTV cares about you.
Welcome back. It's time for some messages from the Falmouth School Nurses about health and safety during this period of the COVID-19 spread.
Hi everyone, this is Nurse Maddie from Lawrence Junior High. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and you guys are getting enough physical activity. I hope you're not on the computer, TV, or gaming all day. Our body needs to move, okay? We were made to move. There's lots of exercises you can do at home without any equipment. You could do jumping jacks, you could do running in place, you could do squats with your dog, lots of things. Just whatever you do, try to get in 30 minutes a day of physical activity. It's very important. Exercise helps us get through the day with a lot more energy, helps with concentration and focus, helps with our mood and stress relief. It helps with a lot of things. So please get moving. To my 8th graders, I will miss seeing you guys next year. Good luck at high school. If you're ever around, please pop in and say hi to me. 7th graders, I will see you next year. Take care, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nurse Lori from East Falmouth Elementary, and I'm going to talk to you today about the proper way to wash your hands. Hand washing is so important, especially now with the coronavirus. But it's always important to wash your hands, especially right before you're going to touch your face. Germs and viruses are invisible, and that means that you can't see them. So if you touch something and it has a virus or a germ on it, and then you touch your face, then those germs and viruses can go into your body and make you very, very sick. So before you touch your face, like before you're eating or something like that, you need to wash your hands. These are the most important times to wash your hands: before touching your face, after taking care of or visiting sick people, before eating and cooking, after blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing, after being outside, after touching pets and other animals, after using the bathroom, and after cleaning around the house. The proper way to wash your hands is to wash them for at least 20 seconds. Which is about the same amount of time it takes to sing Happy Birthday or the alphabet song or Row Row Your Boat or something like that. You want to use warm water and soap whenever possible. So the first thing you want to do is to turn the water on, wet your hands, and apply some soap. Turn the water off while you're washing your hands. You want to make sure to wash in between your fingers, the palms of your hands, the tops of your hands, your wrists, your thumbs, your fingernails. You see all the suds? That friction, that washing really helps to get rid of the germs and the viruses. So you want to make sure to do this for 20 seconds at least. Then rinse. And dry your hands. So remember, wash your hands before you touch your face and try to avoid touching your face as much as possible. Thank you.
Thanks to Ryan Weber and the nurses for their videos. Preparations are underway for the planned return to school in September, but the buildings will look a little different this year because of COVID-19. Let's take a look inside some of the classrooms.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Bushy. I'm the principal of the Lawrence School. Welcome. We're just here with Mr. Valentine in one of our classrooms where your kids will come during the school day this year. And as you can see, we've got 10 desks in here. They're spread out 6 feet apart, even more, which is well above the guidelines. And we're really comfortable with this space, and we feel like the kids can come in here, have a safe learning environment, and can even take mask breaks and eat lunch in this classroom. So the students will be staying in there with their cohorts in the same learning space all day long, and the teachers will come into the classroom, deliver their instruction. As you can see, there's plenty of space up front for a teacher to work and to work with the students in the classroom. And we're ready to go. We're ready to welcome your kids in, and we think it's going to be a great school year, as great as possibly can be.
Thanks to Ryan Weber for that piece. Stay tuned to FCTV to remain connected to your local community as we continue to bring you the latest developments and news through our local coverage of the coronavirus phased reopening plan. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, our website, and stay tuned to channels 13, 14, and 15. And FCTV wants to remind you that television can be as easy as hitting record on your smartphone. We'd like to invite all Falmouth residents and visitors to share their slice of life with us. Email us your photos and videos or upload them to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using the hashtag MyFalmouth or Falmouth in Focus to be featured on the show. Thank you to our most recent contributors. We leave you now with the sights and sounds of the preparations and virtual opening ceremony of the New Balance Falmouth Road Race at Home edition. Thank you for watching Falmouth in Focus. We'll see you next time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey everybody, I'm here in Woods Hole. I'm at the starting line. I've got my air horn at the ready. Where are you? Just kidding, I know where you are. Hopefully you're all at home, you're well, you're safe. Everybody's been running well. Thank you for signing up for the at-home edition of the New Balance Falmouth Road Race this year. I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing you here next year. Until then, I'm gonna do what I do as the start guy. Runners set,